The Simpsons wouldn't be The Simpsons without its iconic animation style. But even in the world of cartoons, consistency is key. From one episode to the next, the characters should stay the same. However, over the years, there have been quite a few animation slip-ups that fans have spotted. In some cases, Homer's nose changes shape. In others, Bart's hair is a different color, or Maggie's eyes aren't properly drawn. And then there are times when characters suddenly have extra limbs, like when Principal Skinner had an extra arm, or when Homer inexplicably sprouted wings. Now, a lot of these mistakes can be attributed to the fast pace of production. After all, The Simpsons is one of the longest-running primetime animated series in television history. Creating new episodes week after week requires a huge team of artists and a tight production schedule. In such a fast-paced environment, mistakes can easily slip through. Plus, let's not forget that The Simpsons has also experimented with different animation styles over the years. For example, the show has done several specials with a more filmic look, and has even parodied the animation styles of other cartoons. So, what might seem like an error could simply be a deliberate stylistic choice. Regardless, these animation mistakes are often highlighted by fans because they refund the spot and they add a bit of whimsy to the show. After all, it's not every day that you see Homer Simpson sprout wings. Mistake no. 2. Timeline issues. While The Simpsons may be a cartoon, it still operates on a kind of internal logic when it comes to its timeline. However, even the most carefully crafted narratives can have slip-ups. One common type of mistake that fans have spotted is characters aging too quickly or slowly. In some episodes, Bart seems to age several years in the span of a single season, while in others, he seems to stay the same age for multiple seasons. This inconsistency can be confusing for young viewers who might wonder why Bart suddenly looks older or younger. There are also times when events in the show's timeline don't make sense. For example, in one episode, it suggested that the Simpsons have only lived in Springfield for a few months, despite the fact that they've been in town for years. These timeline issues can be frustrating for fans who like to keep track of the show's internal chronology. But they can also be hilarious, especially when characters react to events that have already happened in previous episodes, as if they're re-happening for the first time. Ultimately, these mistakes are a reminder that The Simpsons is ultimately a work of fiction, and that the creators are allowed to make changes to the timeline as they see fit. Even the best shows make mistakes sometimes. It happens to the best of them, and sometimes those mistakes become part of the show's charm. In the case of The Simpsons, its mistakes are often highlighted by fans because they refund the spot and they add a bit of whimsy to the show. As any fan can tell you, The Simpsons is one of the greatest sitcoms of all time. Its characters are iconic, its writing is sharp, and its animation is unforgettable. But even the best shows make mistakes sometimes. It happens to the best of them. And sometimes, those mistakes become part of the show's charm. From Krusty the Clown to Mr. Burns, many Simpsons characters have memorable quotes. But what are the most popular, and why do we love them so much? Let's take a look at the top 5 most quoted Simpsons characters and what makes them so quotable. 1. Homer Simpson. He's the heart and soul of the show. So it's no surprise that Homer is the most quoted Simpsons character. From his iconic "Dough" to "Eat my shorts," Homer's catchphrases have become part of pop culture. We quote him when we're frustrated, surprised, or even just feeling plain hungry. And let's face it, who can resist Homer's infectious laughter? 2. Mr. Burns. As one of the longest-running villains in television history, Mr. Burns has had plenty of time to deliver some truly memorable quotes. His cold, calculating nature, combined with his occasional moments of childlike wonder, make him a fascinating character, and one that we love to quote. Whether it's excellent, or may I see your identification, please. Mr. Burns has a way of saying the most mundane things in a way that is both hilarious and slightly terrifying. 3. Barney Gumble. You can always count on Barney for a good time and a great quote. This lovable drunk's nonsensical ramblings have become a source of endless amusement for fans of the show. From "I'm a man, I can't stop drinking" to his many woohoos. Barney's quotes are as quotable as they are memorable. 4. Principal Skinner. Love him or hate him, Principal Skinner is one of the most recognizable characters on the show. His stern demeanor and questionable morals make him a compelling character and one that we love to quote. Whether it's genuinely alarming or stop ruining Springfield, Skinner has a way of making the most ridiculous things sound both believable and hilarious. 5. Sideshow Bob. One of the greatest villains in television history. Sideshow Bob is a character who needs no introduction. From his chilling laugh to his many schemes to kill Bart Simpson, Sideshow Bob is a character that we love to quote. Whether it's "I'll never give up" or "You tried to kill me, you have something coming." There's just something about Sideshow Bob's voice and delivery that makes him one of the most quotable characters on the show. Why we love to quote The Simpsons, while these characters are certainly funny and well written, there's something else that makes them so quotable. The Simpsons is a show that is full of heart. Despite its often bleak humor, at its best, the show is able to balance its satire and wit with genuine emotion, making for a truly memorable viewing experience. And it's this combination of intelligence and heart that makes The Simpsons so quotable. When we quote The Simpsons, we're not just quoting a TV show, we're quoting a cultural touchstone. We re-quoting a show that has been a part of our lives for years and that has made us laugh, think, and feel. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like this, hit the like button and subscribe for more updates. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family so they can enjoy it too. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. In part 3, we looked at mistake number 2, character inconsistencies. And now in part 4, we're going to look at mistake no. 3. Unanswered questions. The Simpsons is full of unanswered questions that drive fans crazy. Here are the biggest mysteries that have never been explained. 1. Who shot first? One of the most infamous mysteries in The Simpsons is who shot Mr. Burns first. In the season 4 premiere, we see an older flashback of a younger Mr. Burns tending to a picnic with his friends. But one of those friends suddenly shoots him in the back. We know the culprit is among the group, but the identity of the shooter was never revealed. Some believe it could be Snake, since he was in the army at the time, but the writers have intentionally left the mystery unsolved to keep fans guessing. 2. Where did Patty and Selma come from? Patty and Selma, Maggie and Homer's twin sisters, are rarely seen throughout the series. Their backstory is also a complete mystery. Viewers don't know how old they are, why they never visit the family, or even where they live. One episode implies they work for the government, but nothing has ever been confirmed. 3. What happened to Krusty's mother? Krusty the Clown has one of the saddest backstories in The Simpsons. His father abandoned the family, leaving Krusty and his mother to fend for themselves. Yet we never learn much about Krusty's mom, besides her looks and occupation. It would be interesting to know how she raised Krusty after her husband left. 4. Who is the Springfield Ripper? In season 6, a serial killer dubbed the Springfield Ripper terrorizes the town. Police suspect Krusty, but the killer is never revealed. Fans have speculated that the killer is Sideshow Bob, since he has a history of violence against Krusty, but the show never confirms this theory. 5. How much money does Springfield have? Springfield is full of expensive infrastructure, including power plants, schools, a mall, and several businesses. But how does the town afford all of this? It's unclear if Springfield is wealthy, or if they just spend money carelessly. Given the town's repeated involvement in lawsuits, this question may never be answered. Unanswered questions are a big part of The Simpsons' legacy. Over the years, fans have created countless theories trying to explain these mysteries. Whether it's intentional misdirection or just poor planning, these plot holes will continue to baffle viewers for years to come. If you're a longtime fan, you probably have your own theories about some of these mysteries. Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. Now, before you go, check out part 5 of this series, where we'll look at some of the show's most controversial moments. Until then, remember to support us and stay tuned for more awesome content. Thanks. Bye. When it comes to classic animated sitcoms, The Simpsons takes the crown as one of the longest-running and most influential shows of all time. But even the best shows have their slip-ups. And today we re-diving into the wacky world of The Simpsons and uncovering some of their biggest blunders. From talking donkeys to musical couch gags. Get ready to laugh at the biggest mistakes on The Simpsons. Mistake No. 1. Talking donkeys. In the heartwarming episode Lisa the Vegetarian, young Lisa Simpson decides to become a vegetarian after watching a disturbing video about slaughterhouses. In a powerful moment, she confronts her family about eating meat. But amidst this emotional scene, something strange happens. The family donkey, which was previously mute, suddenly starts talking and chows down on a burger. This unexpected dialogue and bizarre behavior left fans scratching their heads and questioning what had happened to the show's continuity. Talk about an unexpected talking point. Mistake No. 2. Musical couch gags. The Simpsons is known for its iconic couch gags, those hilarious mini-skits that take place on the couch before the opening credits roll. But in Season 10, Episode 2, The Monkey, things took an unusual turn. Instead of the couch gag preceding the theme song, it was placed awkwardly in the middle of it. This disruption of the show's format left viewers confused and wondering if they had accidentally skipped ahead in the episode. It was a rare but memorable break from the usual couch gag chronology. Mistake number 3. Out-of-step art. In the Season 8 episode, The Cartridge Family, Principal Skinner attempts to ban comic books from Springfield Elementary due to their violent content. In one scene, he confiscates a copy of Radioactive Man from Martin Prince, who was reading it upside down. But when Skinner looks through the comic, it's shown in the correct orientation. Viewers were quick to notice this flip-flopping, and it became a popular topic of discussion among fans of the show. Mistake number 4. Missing manhole. In the Season 3 episode Dog of Death, Santa's little helper, the Simpsons dog, runs away after being spooked by a firework. When he returns home, the family is relieved and grateful to have him back. But eagle-eyed viewers notice something peculiar. After Santa's little helper ran away, a manhole cover mysteriously disappeared. When he comes back, the manhole is magically sealed. Talk about a puzzling plot hole. From talking donkeys to vanishing manholes, The Simpsons has had its share of mistakes. But these slip-ups only add to the show's charm, reminding us that even the greats aren't immune to the occasional goof-up. So what do you think? Did we miss any major mistakes? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more hilarious content. Until next time, keep an eye out for continuity errors. And remember, it's not a mistake unless someone points it out. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Mistakes The Simpsons fans catch all the time. Part 5. Mistake number 4. Background goofs. What are background goofs? Background goofs happen when the scenery or props in the background suddenly change, disappear, or break logic. These are often small errors, but for fans who rewatch episodes carefully, they're some of the funniest mistakes in The Simpsons. These mistakes happen because animators rush scenes or reuse frames, but they create some hilarious inconsistencies. Recycled background characters. If you look carefully, you'll notice the same background characters repeated again and again in crowd scenes. The same man with a mustache and green sweater appears in the school, at the Quickie Mart, in Moe's Tavern, and even in the church. There are a lot of continuity errors in The Simpsons because it's been on the air for over 30 years. But today, we're looking at 7 more of the funniest script and dialogue mistakes. In Part 6, mistake number 5, Homer's job, history confusion. One of the most famous running jokes in The Simpsons is Homer's endless list of jobs, but sometimes the script contradicts itself about his past. In one episode, Homer says he's worked at the Springfield nuclear power plant his entire adult life. Yet in other episodes, he recalls long stints as a farmer, astronaut, or even a Grammy-winning musician. The problem is, some episodes treat these jobs as canon real history, while others play them off as if they never happened. This creates script contradictions that fans love to debate. Mistake for Marge's age changing. Marge has mentioned her age in multiple episodes, but the numbers don't always add up. In Season 2, she says she's 34 years old. In later seasons, she claims she's 36, then 38, then 34 again. This inconsistent scripting makes it impossible to pin down her real age. Mistake 3, Lisa's saxophone timeline. Lisa is famous for playing the saxophone, but scriptwriters often contradict her backstory. In some episodes, she's described as playing since she was 2 years old. In others, it's revealed she started in 2nd grade. Later episodes even suggest she picked it up after seeing a jazz musician, which would have been much later in life. Fans point out that the writers clearly never stuck to one timeline for her music. Mistake 2, Grandpa Simpson's war stories. Abe Grandpa Simpson constantly tells war stories, but his branch of service keeps changing. In some episodes, he says he fought in the Army. In others, he claims he was in the Air Force, Navy, or even a secret government program. These contradictory scripts make it impossible to know Grandpa's real past, which is also part of the joke. Mistake 1, Bart's birthday mystery. Bart's exact birthday is another script mistake that pops up often. In one episode, his birthday is in April. In another, it's revealed as February 23rd. Later, Lisa even mentions his birthday being in December. Clearly, the writers weren't keeping careful track of birthdays when scripting episodes. Now, some of you may be wondering why these mistakes matter. After all, The Simpsons is just a silly cartoon, right? Well, when a show makes these kinds of errors, it can break the immersion for some viewers. If you're someone who loves The Simpsons, these continuity errors probably don't bother you too much. But these mistakes are so widespread that fans have made an entire wiki dedicated to catching them all. So there's no accounting for taste. Now it is time to pull out your box of Funyuns and vote on which mistake is the funniest. Then come back to share your thoughts in the comments. And if you're not already subscribed, don't forget to do so. Thanks for watching. See you next time. What a time in history errors. The Simpsons has been on air since 1989. And the characters never age. This causes tons of timeline contradictions. When episodes try to show flashbacks or reference past events, writers often update history to keep the family modern, but it leads to funny mistakes. Here are 7 examples of The Simpsons changing history for comedic effect. 1. Homer and Marge's high school era keeps changing. In early episodes, Homer and Marge are shown as teenagers in the 1970s hippie hair, disco music, bell-bottoms, but in later flashbacks, they're in high school during the 1990s grunge era, with Nirvana-style music and flannel shirts. Some episodes even push their love story into the 2000s, as if they were teens just a few years ago. This constant time-shifting backstory confuses fans. Basically, The Simpsons update their history every decade, so they always look like a modern family. 2. Bart and Lisa's birth years don't add up. In one flashback, Bart was born in 1980's Springfield. Later, episodes show Marge pregnant with Bart during the 1990s. Still later, Bart's baby years are shown in the 2000s. It's impossible to pin down an exact year for Bart or Lisa's birth, since their backstory keeps moving forward in time to stay current. 3. The President's Problem. Early episodes suggest that Bart, Lisa, and Maggie were born during the Reagan or Bush Sr. presidency. Later flashbacks show Marge pregnant while Clinton was president. Even later, flashbacks show Obama-era references, This creates a funny paradox where the kids are always about the same age, but they've lived through multiple timelines of history. 4. Technology contradictions. In some flashbacks, Homer and Marge are dating in the 1970s with rotary phones and record players. But in later episodes, they're dating in the 1990s, texting on flip phones or using the internet. In one bizarre timeline, Homer is even shown proposing to Marge while carrying a cell phone, which didn't exist in the 70s. The writers clearly update the technology to fit the audience, but it totally breaks continuity. 5. Springfield's history keeps resetting. Even the town of Springfield suffers from timeline mistakes. The town's founding year changes across episodes. In one story, Springfield was founded in the 1800s by pioneers. In another, it was built in the 1900s by nuclear power businessmen. And in yet another, it's said to have existed since colonial times. This makes Springfield's history basically a moving target, rewritten whenever the script demands. 6. The characters who don't age. Bart has been 10 years old for over 30 years. Lisa is 8 years old forever. Maggie has been a baby since 1989. But here's the mistake. The show often references real-world events like 9/11, the 2008 recession, or even TikTok. This makes no sense because the kids should have aged by now. Fans call this the floating timeline problem. It keeps the show modern but breaks all logic. 7. The Simpsons marriage date. Another funny timeline mistake. Homer and Marge's marriage date constantly changes. In some episodes, they're shown getting married in the 1980s, right before Bart was born. In others, they marry in the 1990s, with disco gone and grunge music playing. And in some stories, their marriage happened in the 2000s. It's impossible to know the real wedding date because the writers move it forward with every decade. These errors are more than just slip-ups. They're actually part of The Simpsons' charm. The show updates its history, so it always feels fresh, even if it creates contradictions. Fans love pointing these out because it shows how long the series has lasted while trying to stay relevant. This is part 8 of 10, and part 8 is about mistake. Number 7. Hidden Easter eggs gone wrong. The Simpsons is famous for hidden jokes, signs and background gags that only sharp-witted viewers can catch. Usually these are clever Easter eggs, but sometimes they actually create continuity errors or mistakes instead of funny secrets. 1. The ever-changing sign. In almost every episode, Springfield Elementary's signboard has a new gag written on it. While this is intentional, sometimes the jokes contradict school history. 2. Couch gag confusion. The couch gag at the start of episodes is one of the most beloved traditions, but some gags show the family in futuristic worlds as skeletons or even in outer space. Later, the show references these gags as if they really happened, which creates timeline issues. 3. Blinky, the three-eyed fish. Blinky, the famous mutant fish from the polluted river, is shown in some episodes as a rare one-time creature. But in other episodes, there are multiple Blinkies swimming around like normal fish. 4. Posters and photos that don't match. In Homer and Marge's house, family photos and wall posters constantly change. Sometimes Maggie's photo is shown even in flashback episodes set before she was born. 5. Krusty the Clown's secret identity. Early episodes hinted that Krusty and Homer were secretly the same person. That Easter egg was even built into the show's original concept, but as the series grew, Krusty became his own established character, making those old clues look like mistakes. 6. Ralph Wiggum's inconsistent knowledge. Ralph is known for his silly one-liners, like "I choo-choo-choose you," but in certain Easter eggs, he says things that imply deep knowledge of events he couldn't possibly know. 7. Chalkboard gags that break continuity. Every intro has Bart writing lines on the chalkboard. Some gags show him admitting to crimes, referencing future events, or even mentioning celebrities that don't exist yet. In part 9, we'll look at more of The Simpsons' biggest continuity mistakes. Hey, everyone! Welcome to part 9, mistake number 8, animation layer errors of my series, The Simpsons. Why do they do that? where I look at various aspects of the show and answer some serious and some not so serious questions about it. Mistake No. 8. Animation layer errors. What are animation layer errors? The Simpsons is hand-drawn earlier seasons and later digital animated. Like most cartoons, it uses layered animation characters. Props and backgrounds are drawn on separate layers. Sometimes those layers overlap incorrectly, creating hilarious mistakes. 1. Homer disappearing behind his own couch. In one episode, Homer is sitting on the couch eating snacks. For a split second, his hand goes behind the couch cushion, even though he's sitting in front of it. This happens because the hand layer accidentally got placed under the couch layer. Fans spotted it immediately, and it became a meme. 2. Marge's necklace floating in midair. Marge's red necklace is one of her most iconic features. In Season 4, during a dinner scene, her necklace keeps floating next to her neck instead of touching it. This happened because the necklace was drawn as a separate layer and misaligned with her character model. 3. Lisa's saxophone vanishes. Lisa is always carrying her saxophone, but in one episode, she's holding it in her hand while talking, and then, in the very next shot, it's gone completely. When the camera angle switches again, it magically reappears. This wasn't a continuity error in writing, it was an animation layering slip for background characters walking through walls. In crowd scenes, background characters sometimes walk through walls, doors, or even other characters. Example: at Moe's Tavern, a man passes through a jukebox because his animation path was misaligned. It happened so fast that casual viewers miss it, but eagle-eyed fans always catch it. 5. Bart's skateboard overlap. In one classic scene, Bart skateboards past Springfield Elementary. His skateboard passes in front of the grass, but behind the sidewalk curb on. Impossible layering mistake. It looks like Bart is sliding halfway underground. 6. Maggie's bottle switch. In a supermarket scene, Maggie is holding her baby bottle. As Marge talks, Maggie lifts the bottle, but the bottle slides behind her face for a split second before reappearing in front. Again, just a bad layer alignment. 7. Characters with missing body parts. Animation layering sometimes causes parts of characters to vanish. In one episode, Homer's ear disappears during a dinner scene. In another, Lisa's hair spikes briefly cut through Marge's face when they hug. These mistakes usually last only a frame or two, but fans pause and laugh at them. 8. The wrong layer of shadows. Shadows are often animated separately. In one episode, Bart's shadow falls on the chalkboard, but not on Bart himself. Another time, Homer's shadow keeps moving even though he's standing perfectly still. Why do these mistakes happen? The Simpsons produces episodes fast, and with thousands of animation frames, mistakes are inevitable. Layer errors are often the hardest to catch because they last just a fraction of a second. But with today's fans pausing and replaying, these tiny glitches become famous. So those are 8 of the many possible animation layer errors that have occurred over the years. If you found this video helpful or interesting, I'd appreciate if you gave it a like and maybe even shared it. If you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing. I'll be doing a lot more of these. Also, feel free to leave a comment. And for more Simpsons content, check out my page. Thank you so much for watching. I'm the host. Until next time, don't be too late. This is part 10 of the mistakes in the Simpsons series. And this mistake is so funny, even the show's fans make jokes about it. Mistake number 9. Prop item changes. Now, what are prop item changes? Basically, when animators draw objects like phones, cups, TV remotes, etc., they don't always look the same. Kabi Kabar, animators Galti, say design, size, Yarang Beidel, Deet, Hain. The mistakes Chodi Lagdi Hain, but Jab fans spot card Hain. Towo instantly funny or memorable, Banyadi Hain. Number 1. Homer's beer can mystery. At Moe's Tavern, Homer is often shown drinking a Duff beer, Leakin' Ek episode main. Homer K. Samraka, who a beer can suddenly turns into a beer bottle within seconds. Next shot main fear, Seiken Ban Jata High. Fans joke that even props in The Simpsons can't decide what form to take. Number 2. The magical changing TV remote. The Simpsons living room remote has had many designs. Sometimes it's black with 2 buttons, other times gray with 10 buttons. In one scene, Bart picks it up and it literally changes shape in his hand. This is one of the most common prop mistakes across the show. Number 3. Lisa's saxophone colors. Lisa's saxophone is usually gold, yellow. But in one musical scene, it suddenly appears blue for a few seconds before switching back to gold. Fans notice it instantly, making jokes that Lisa must own multiple saxophones. Number 4. The floating donut. In one police station scene, Chief Wiggum is holding a pink frosted donut. The donut disappears completely in the middle of his dialogue. When the camera cuts back, the donut magically returns, but with sprinkles added. No. 5. Marge's purse transformation. Marge usually carries a green handbag. In one episode, the purse on her shoulder turns red in one shot, blue in the next, then back to green. This is likely because multiple animators colored her accessory differently. Number 6. Bart's chalkboard eraser. The opening chalkboard gag sometimes has mistakes. Bart is shown erasing with a yellow eraser, but in the very next frame, the eraser turns pink without explanation. A bling can do mistake, but still hilarious. Number 7. Krusty's microphone glitch. Krusty the Clown uses a handheld mic in his show. In one episode, the mic switches to a headset mid-performance, then back to handheld in the next shot. Fans laughed, saying Krusty must have magic comedy props. Number 8. The disappearing bowling ball. Homer goes bowling frequently. In one scene, he picks up a blue bowling ball, but when he reaches the lane, the ball has turned red before he throws it. When the ball lands, it's blue again. Classic animation prop swap. Number 9. Maggie's pacifier switch. Maggie's pacifier is normally red, but in one scene, it appears purple, then vanishes completely. This tiny slip is actually one of the most rewatched animation goofs by hardcore fans. Number 10. MOS bar sign. Outside Moe's Tavern, the bar sign design changes between episodes and sometimes within the same scene. Sometimes it's plain white with Moe's written. Other times it has neon lights or a wooden look. The inconsistency became so famous that fans turned it into an inside joke. Why do prop mistakes keep happening? Multiple animators often work on the same scene. Small items like remotes, donuts, bottles are easy to forget in continuity. Because The Simpsons has over 700 episodes, thousands of props exist, so errors are bound to slip through. That wraps up part 10, mistake number 9, prop item changes. Next up in part 11, we'll dive into The Simpsons, more than just a cartoon. For over 3 decades, The Simpsons has been a cultural phenomenon. It's not just an animated comedy, it's a mirror of society, politics, family life, and pop culture. From satire to slapstick, it covers everything. But just like every long-running show, mistakes sneak in. Oyahi mistakes fans like Treasure Hunt, ban, Yachty, hey. Instead of ruining the show, they actually make it more fun to rewatch. So why do fans enjoy spotting these mistakes? Let's find out. Engagement factor. Jab fans, Blooper, or animation era Picard Hain, Toanko, Phil Hota, High Key Woe, Insider, Hain, like they know something that the general audience doesn't. This sense of community and shared discovery brings fans closer together, and these discussions on online forums, Reddit threads, and YouTube videos par a show key popularity or B, Zayada, bar hate, Hain, nostalgia, and rewatch value. The Simpsons is endlessly rewatchable, and every time a fan watches it, they notice something new. Every mistake, every inconsistency, every blooper, it's like a new angle to see those old episodes with. And fans love saying, wait, I never noticed that before. Humanizing the show, even though it's animated, mistakes remind us key writers and animators B and San Hain, like they're part of the show's charm. It's like a little secret between the viewers and the creators. We know they're trying their best, but mistakes happen. Comedy gold. Sometimes these mistakes themselves are funnier than the actual jokes. Like when background characters are cloning, props are teleporting, or Springfield KA geography is impossible. These little slip-ups add to the show's overall absurdity, and they become a running gag. The magic of Simpsons mistakes. Now, here's the real magic. Despite all these errors, fans still call The Simpsons one of the greatest shows in television history. The mistakes show LifetimeKO.com, Nahi Kart, Balki Usko, or interesting Bannet Hain, because ultimately, The Simpsons has never been about perfect storytelling. It's about satire, family, comedy, or absurdity. And in that chaos, mistakes fit right in. Final thought. So next time you watch The Simpsons and you notice some weird logic flaw, animation error, ya timeline mistake, don't be annoyed. Smile, pause, rewind, and enjoy. Because every mistake is just another reminder of why The Simpsons is not just a cartoon, but a legendary piece of pop culture history. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, press that like button and subscribe for more amazing content. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay awesome. For over 3 decades, The Simpsons has been a cultural phenomenon. It's not just an animated comedy. It's a reflection of society, politics, family life, and pop culture. But like any long-running show, mistakes happen. Or Yahi mistakes fans, K-Laek, Treasure Hunt Band, Yadi, Hain. Instead of ruining the show, they actually make it more fun to rewatch. Here's why The Simpsons mistakes are a big deal. Number 1. The engagement factor. When fans spot a blooper or animation error, they feel like they're in the know, like they're part of a secret club. This leads to endless discussions on online forums, Reddit threads, and YouTube videos, which only add to the show's popularity. Number 2. Nostalgia and rewatch value. The Simpsons is endlessly rewatchable, and every mistake, every inconsistency adds a new angle to look at the older episodes with. Fans love pointing out, "Wait, I never noticed that before." No. 3. Humanizing the show. Even though it's animated, mistakes remind us that the writers and animators are human too. It adds a layer of charm. The show isn't perfect, but that's exactly what makes it so relatable. Number 4. Comedy gold. Sometimes the mistakes themselves are funnier than the actual jokes. Example: background characters, cloning, props, teleporting, or Springfield's impossible geography. Number 5. The magic of Simpsons mistakes. The real magic is that, despite all these errors, fans still call The Simpsons one of the greatest shows in television history. These mistakes don't take away from the show's greatness, they make it more interesting. Because The Simpsons has never been about perfect storytelling. It's about satire, family, comedy, and absurdity. And in that chaos, mistakes fit right in. Final thought. So next time you're watching The Simpsons and you notice a weird logic flaw, animation error, or timeline mistake, don't be annoyed. Smile, pause, rewind, and enjoy. Because every mistake is just another reminder of why The Simpsons is not just a cartoon, but a legendary piece of pop culture history.